Hi, this is Nemesis Stars, and usually some people just go around calling me a fake Sega fan, so I'm going to prove them wrong. So first thing is I'm basically going to show a lot of Sonic stuff. Since I grew up with Sonic, but first thing I'm gonna start off showing is, ignore the noise. Yeah, so first thing I'm going to show off is, the first console that started it all, with Sonic. Now, I actually didn't have a Sega Saturn, but I basically did have an official Dreamcast, years ago. Then I got rid of it because I had to get one of the PlayStation consoles, which I think was the PS3, I think. Then years later I bought it again because I needed the Dreamcast again because I was devoted to Sonic. So apparently, basically, as you can see, I have a Sonic cable guy that I use. So I use him a lot, for the standy sort of stuff. Okay, so apparently the Dreamcast is apparently, under like bags mainly. So first thing I'm gonna do is just move stuff on top of it. Because definitely shows that I am a huge Sonic nerd. Not only that, but I've also played other games from Sega, which I'll explain in a bit, as it gets into it. Okay, so first of all, let me just get a good angle. So now, apparently, that is the Dreamcast right there. Right? Even though I've actually got the Nintendo as well, the Nintendo 64, again, I'm more of a Sonic nerd, as you may have guessed it. So there's a reason why I'm not on the Dreamcast. Well, there's issues. There's issues trying to set it up, and whatever. I did have the Sonic Adventure games on the PS3, but my PS3 eventually died, so I couldn't play the Sonic Adventure games anymore. I actually do have the Wii, but I'm a bit lazy because, the Joy-Cons. I don't like them. They always need charging, which is annoying. So the only thing I can do is play the long waiting game, mainly. Okay, so another thing I'm actually gonna say before I really show off more stuff, mainly to do with the Dreamcast. Now, one game I actually did play that was from Sega was House of the Dead, the original. Now, I used to play this on the arcade a lot whenever I went to Flamingoland. I remember getting introduced to it as a kid, and I loved House of the Dead. I was terrified of it as a kid, but, I warmed up to horror a bit more, and the trailer always got me with the zombies walking away from the dead body in the sewer and stuff. I was fascinated with that and stuff. Okay, so back to the whole Sega thing. So I did have other games as well on the Dreamcast. I had Crazy Taxi, which was another game I had on it. Now, I think Sega made Crazy Taxi, I think that was another game I think they had. So yeah, so anyway, I do have a lot of, well, I don't really have that. I used to have a lot more Dreamcast games, but you know, when I first had the Dreamcast, I had a lot more games, but because I got rid of it as a kid, because of, you know, disc mark issues and whatever and all that stuff. But getting it again, I don't really have a lot, but I mean, it's worth it, I guess. Okay, so put that there. Okay, let's see. I mean, I do collect bits of both, especially Pokemon, because I also know Nintendo, as well. Okay, so now, basically, there's Sonic Adventure. Now, I can't really play it on the Dreamcast, but I keep it as a collectible, you know, like, collectible-wise, it could be worth a lot, keeping it, because I know it was expensive. For both games, it was expensive, but, yeah, it's worth it. I love the Dreamcast. It brings back a lot of memories I had at the game. I also do have the others on other systems as well. So apparently, before I show off the other adventure ones on the systems, I also have Sonic Adventure 2 on the Dreamcast. Now, I played this a lot on the Dreamcast. With my sister, I used to do like racing and stuff like that. Look after the chows and whatever a lot. I really love this more than the first one because I love to do more on that one. I mean, it had a lot more than you could do on the first one. I loved it. Plus, I hated the, you know, one part in the first one where you had to be big and do a ton of fishing. I actually hated big in general. But I like this more because it had a lot more to do. You could spend hours and hours and hours and not worry about the chows, mainly. So, there's that. So, the next one I'm going to show off is for the GameCube. Now, I used to actually play this on the Wii, but I stopped, mainly because, well, I don't know, it's just the Joy-Cons. I just got sick of the Joy-Cons in the end because I eventually did get fascinated more on the 3 when I used to play it. But there we go, there's Sonic Adventure 1 on the GameCube. So yeah, that's another one. I think I did have it on the yeah, anyway, yeah, basically I've got it on the yeah, so there's Sonic Adventure 2. I've actually got that on the GameCube as well, and such, which is amazing. I've actually still got the discs for it. Oops. Yeah, so that's another one. I do have Sonic movies. I have Sonic DVDs. You know, like DVDs to do with Sonic X. The adventure ones and whatever. Where where they first aired on TV around the same time or something like that. Both ones. I've got Sonic Underground. As another thing. Basically, I've got the 2 Sonic movies, which I've already mentioned. Yeah, so another thing I want to show off is, now this shirt was basically from, well, YouTube mainly. So one YouTuber might be able to remember this because, it was a good dare, mainly. Yeah, so there it is. Kissed by the Coolest. Basically, I've got Shadow on there. And I've also got pictures of, like, Sonic and classic Sonic on the walls. I've also got, just turn the light on for a sec. There is another one, and it's up there. I've got the Boom poster, which is another one. Also got this movie thing. So another thing I basically got is I've got classic Sonic behind here, which is another little Sonic thing. And also, if you look at that controller, that was supposed to have more of a sticker thing apparently to it, but it was coming off. So apparently that's supposed to be like shadow sticker on the controller. So I actually did do that. So also another thing, I have a Sonic watch. Yeah, and it's real. I got this online and it wasn't really that cheap. It was it's actually real metal, because I have an allergy to like, you know, like cheap knockoffs, little cheap metal. Also, I've got Sonic Adventure 2 Sonic, with the shoes. I actually drew this myself. So that's another thing. Also, I've got him, the Ambio Sonic, for like the fighting game. So I've got him as well, which is amazing. I've also got the so apparently I've got the Olympic Games as well with Sonic in it. Let's see, where are we? Okay, not much there. Okay, so also I've got another game, Sonic Riders. So that's another game I've got with Sonic in it. Let's see. I actually did also get Crazy Taxi. I think it's the yeah, I think it's more of a also a PS2 game. So apparently I do have Crazy Taxi up there somewhere, but there's a lot of piles, so I don't want to take it down because I can't be bothered. Okay, so also Switch case, I've got Sonic and his friends. Another thing is I've got Cable Guy Supersonic, which is another. I've got, dang it, also I've got a Sonic bag. Not proof enough. Got another one. The Sonic. Also I've got now I've already said I'm a huge Sonic nerd, and where did I go this year? The Sonic Symphony, because, you know, I'm a fan. Got a Sonic hat. Mainly, you know, like classic Sonic. Let's see, there's not really much in there. Also got a Sonic poster. Did it with the Sonic Symphony, but keeping it like packaged for now until I can think where to put it and such. So apparently I'm gonna scavenge for like more stuff that I need to get out the bag. So bear with me. So I also have a shirt, Sonic Symphony shirt. So that's basically another pointer of me basically like loving Sonic. Also I collect these figurines and whatever. I've actually got like a bunch of them in my bag. Bunch of figures. Let's see. Yeah, a travel cushion that you put around your neck. That's also Sonic related. So I also keep that too. So I also have other stuff like Legos and stuff like that of Sonic. There's a lot more Legos in the attic that I won't be able to bother with until I end up in grandparents' room in the future. Okay, so more things to show off. I've got Sonic earbuds. Now these are actually wireless, and whatever, so they charge, and then you like connect it to your phone, and then you use them. I actually love them. They're actually nice and dandy. Also, I've got, no, that's Pokemon. Okay, so apparently, I actually sleep with him. He's one of my plushies that I have. I have Amy. Sonic EXE. Apparently I've got a lot of plushes, a ton of Sonic plushes. Whenever I see any plushes online or anything like that, I can't resist. It makes me a Sonic nerd. Whenever I see anything to do with Sonic. So I'm a huge Sonic nerd because, you know, of the Dreamcast. The Dreamcast started it all, and I've been a fan ever since. Because of the Dreamcast, and who owns basically the Sonic merchandise? Sega. Sega is the company owner of the Sonic franchise, as well as the other franchises. So really, me buying Sonic merch and such makes me a huge fan of Sega. So everything they do, I'm very supportive, which is why, because when I was at the Sonic Symphony, I am also a huge fan of Crush 40. If I can find the book. Where was it? Yeah, so for more proof, well, actually I did a drawing in there before I went to see them. Okay, so that is John's signature right there, and it's real. Because I actually did see him, and, you know, and he actually, because also when I was on Twitter and I posted something to do with like going to like see the Sonic Symphony or whatever, I got a like from him on there, because I just couldn't stop. You know, I can't stop with Sonic stuff, and also I got this little shadow thing as well. Fortunately, I have no idea what the noise is going on right now downstairs, so ignore that. Yeah, so also I've got a bunch of other stuff as well. There is too much stuff, mainly I have. I've also got like a little vector. Yeah, and also as you can see, I've got a bunch of Sonic stuff on the wall. I've got like Sonic curtains. Yeah, so I've got Sonic curtains, which I'll show mainly. So yeah, I've got like Sonic curtains there. I've got you know, that poster, and also I've got that picture from Alton Towers when I took a picture with this statue thing. I also do have another picture with a Sonic mascot thing at Alton Towers. I'm not sure where it is, but it's somewhere, as far as I know. So apparently I have a ton of Sonic stuff, especially a Sonic towel, which is over there somewhere. So this is my Sonic tell. It's pretty neat. I actually like it. I also do have a ton of Sonic hats, and such. Yeah, so this bag has a ton of, like, Sonic figurines in it. There is a couple bags, with them in it. Let's see. Okay, no, that's not Sonic related. Oh yeah, another thing is, I have a Sonic wallet. An actual Sonic wallet. So, yeah, I've also got this on my TV, as well. So the thing is, whenever I see Sonic down the town, or on cinema as a notice, or anything to do with Sony, as anything to do with Sega, literally anything to do with Sega, anything. Like, if they announce something, I usually have in my mind, yes. There is one plush that I am hunting, and it's Soap Shoe Sonic from SA2, and I'm having no luck finding it. It is one of the hardest to get, and I was hoping when I went to Sonic Symphony I would find it, but I guess not. So maybe one day I'll get my hands on it, if I'm lucky enough, which I hope I am one day. Yeah, so probably one day, I guess. And also, some people probably don't have Shadow's cousin, which I class it as, Eclipse. So Eclipse is kind of like similar to Shadow, except he's the ultimate alien. So I'm kind of like that. Whenever I see, like, special, like, Sonic plushes online, or anything clearly to do with Sonic, I can't help but buy it, mainly. Like, pretty much a lot of stuff. If I see Sonic, I have to buy Sonic. Like, if I see it around, I'm, like, usually, like, I've gotta have it. I've gotta add it to my collection. I've also got, like, Sonic movie light in the attic, and such. You'd be surprised how much Sonic merch I've got in the attic. Also, that Shadow Kissed by the Coolest shirt, there was a funny story behind that. There used to be, like, I did get a copy of it, but one went missing because, you know, well, it originally started, I did send away for it, but it got lost in the mail, so another one got sent, and then one turned up, and then the other one eventually turned up, so I ended up with, like, two. So it's pretty funny because eventually one of them got lost in the end after a while, so that's why there's one on the wall right now. I'm usually protective of that one now, and I don't want that one going missing. I've also got a bunch of Sonic shirts, a lot of them. I've also got a Sonic costume. I got proper Sonic costume that came all the way from China, and it was a fortune. Absolute fortune. Now, originally it had black eyes and whatever, so I had to get really creative. I had to put things all over the costume and whatever, so you've probably seen it on YouTube already, of what it looks like, mainly. You know, because I think I did wear it for Halloween, as well as a recent. I think I wore it last year or something, like showed it off last year, in a live stream, but yeah. It's pretty awesome. And also another thing is, when I play Minecraft, I always intend to be Sonic. I usually always build things that are Sonic related most of the time. Like, I usually build faces of Sonic, and put like Sonic names and whatever. I usually mix it up. But I usually either Sonic or Shadow or Amy, depending on how I feel like I should be, mainly, and such. Also, I do make a ton of, like, Sonic videos, like, topics and stuff like that on, as well as, like, Sonic TV shows. I've also seen Sonic Prime. I've seen the trailer for Sonic Prime, for the third season, and, I'm kind of thinking Shadow might not be as active in it. I'm not too sure. But there's a lot. That's the one thing. I can't stop talking about Sonic. I just can't. Especially in live streams. One thing I have on my mind, Sonic. My goodness. Yeah, and basically earlier on today I was in Wesker's stream and he was streaming House of the Dead remake. So I basically thought, yeah, I think I'll stick around in that one. Because, again, I love House of the Dead. It's similar to Resident Evil, a bit. Yeah, except it's more of an arcade shooter, and it's awesome because it was done by Sega still. Well, not directly by Sega, but I think a couple of people from Sega stepped in to assist the new company into making it, I guess. That's what I'm guessing, because usually only Sega knows how to make a good game. So since they basically know how to make a good remake, most likely they might also remake Sonic Adventure in the future. I mean, they definitely didn't say they wouldn't. It definitely felt more like they would at some point. Because they have clearly said, they have said no to remasters because that clearly won't happen, but I'm not sure about ports, though. Ports, they might. Remasters, I doubt it. Because I think remasters to them would probably be pointless. Remakes, they definitely feel keen on it, or a sequel, because they definitely were looking at Sonic Frontiers as a base, for a sequel. So they clearly did say that they will make a game out of it or something to do with the adventure thing, and possibly bring back the Chows, which will probably happen, because as for one thing, you can never really have an adventure game without Chows, because Chows add a bit more replayability to the game. It makes you want to go out and get more stuff for your Chow, and whatever, and do a lot more in the said game, and stuff. So maybe this time round for Sonic Adventure 3, you'd probably get more versions of Chows, and probably more playable characters and stuff. So there's that. So there is possibly other things in their catalog as well to do and whatever. When it comes to Sonic Superstars, I'm not really keen on basically getting it. I did actually play Sonic the Dark Brotherhood. That was actually pretty good, because that reminded me of Final Fantasy. And it felt amazing because I also did play Sonic Flash games on Newgrounds and such, which again was great. I also do sometimes go on, like, create a Mobian character. I sometimes go on there to create my own version of an OC character. I also have been on Amino as well, doing roleplay as a Sonic character. I have switched now and again, especially at one point being a Chow, which is pretty funny. So I have done that as well before. And usually on most sites I do put my picture as a Sonic character. Because, I like the pictures, they're actually brilliant for me. Another thing is, when it's basically Sonic's anniversary, I always intend to put the date, the birth, mainly the birth date, what Sonic would be, each year, and such. And the funny thing is, I actually, have named a couple of my animals Sonic, as well. Like, I had a cat, I named that Sonic, and then when it went missing, I eventually got a hedgehog, and I named that Sonic. And when it came to the corn snakes, I named the corn snake Shadow, named it after Shadow the Hedgehog. So you can kind of get where that comes into play. So basically I name them after Sonic characters, some pets, some whatever. I name them after certain things and whatever. So apparently there is a lot, mainly. There's a lot I mainly do, mainly with Sonic. I can be very nerdy, when it comes to Sonic. Like, I would just do a lot of weird shit. That's why I've got some short Sonic videos of like Sonic doing singing and stuff like that. Especially ones on Minecraft where they're basically singing to songs and whatever. Stuff like that. Like, I also do actually make videos with me just like in Minecraft, messing about sometimes. Might not post it often as I used to, but I mean, again, it's Sonic. Can you blame me? I am hoping at some point that, I think after Jim Ryan leaves, which I've heard that he is leaving, someone else is going to be stepping in, and I'm hoping someone else steps in, someone that's a bit more better, someone that understands the fans like Sega does, you know what I mean, and allows old games on the platform, as like PS1, 2, 3s, and so on, well, except 5, because it'll be on the 4 system, you know what I mean, if you're on the 4. But also, if you're on the 5, then, basically, like, all those ones, mainly just the old games in general, like Discworld, Digimon World 1, Digimon World 2, Digimon World 3, Digimon World 4, Digimon Rumble Arena, Digimon Rumble Arena 2, Discworld, I don't know if I've said Discworld 1 and 2, but, they're actually good games as well. Monkey Island, like the really old ones, the old Resident Evil games, like Resident Evil 1, 2, 3, the 2 Outbreak games as well. Now, they would be good, the old Dino, the old Devil May Cry game, bringing that back as well. Jade Cocoon, Breath of Fire, all the Breath of Fire games, because they would be worth bringing back as well, on the systems. So there's even more games. City of the... City of Lost Children is another one. It's like an adventure game where you're a little girl, mainly. So that's another game that needs putting. Road to El Dorado is another one that could be added. Shadow the Hedgehog, if anyone remembers that one. Time Split is Future Perfect. I know there's another Time Split is on the way, called Rewind. So that's more of a, I think that's a mix of all of them together. Godzilla Unleashed, I think, should. Disney's Dinosaur, I get as well. So I think Digimon World Data Squad should as well. Blade 2. Star Wars Episode 1 Jedi Power Battles. That one should as well, apparently. And probably other games as well, should actually make its way over. Like, you know, again, these Sonic Adventure games definitely should, because I'm not mostly recommended, to be on the system. So, speaking of which, where did they put them? Oh, right. Yeah, so basically I have a lot of Sonic stuff that's just all over the place right now. So I mean, most of it's in the attic up there, mainly, mostly. So again, I am a huge Sega nerd. Like, if Sega released a new system to, like, compete with both Sony and whatever, then, you know, I probably would have went for the console. I probably would have, because, I mean, it's Sega. But when they brought the Mini out, I was, like, thinking, well, no, I already got the Dreamcast, so, so I was like, nope. So apparently from time and time again, if I see a Sonic mascot walk around, I'm like, okay, take a picture. And what's funny, I sometimes do resort to dressing up as Sonic in the costume for Halloween. I have also done it Flamingo Land a couple of times, dressed up for the sake of it. And you know what? It makes kids happy. And such. I also do have Sonic Monopolies and stuff like that around, like Sonic board games and such. So apparently that is basically proof enough that I am a Sega nerd. An absolute Sega nerd. I just can't stop with Sonic. So, thing is, if I grew up with the Dreamcast, and basically it made me grow into Sonic, and like a lot of specific games, like House of the Dead, and whatever, I'm a big nerd. Well, I haven't played the remake, but I have been watching people play the remake, and such. But I don't know, sometimes I do have the desire to actually play the remake, but I've never come around to it because I've been busy with other games and whatever. But who knows, maybe I might get it on the Nintendo Switch at some point. I don't know yet, but I might. As for basically PlayStation's sake, I don't know. I don't trust them at the moment with the whole error stuff going on, because if I play a game, it takes me off the game for no apparent reason, and I'm like, seriously. I really do get sick of Sony's bullshit when they just, like, mess things up, mainly. You know, all that stuff. But yeah, again, I am a Sega nerd. So I do have a bunch of games somewhere. You know, the funny thing is, when they announced the pumice shoes to do with movie Sonic, the red ones, I was keen on getting them, but couldn't find them anywhere. Couldn't really get my hands on them. I think it was because it was from, like, America or something. But it's a shame, really. But yeah, so apparently I think at some point, like, you know, like when I dress up or something, as like Sonic again, I will make a video of it. Like, me in the outfit, just like talking on video, mainly. So knowing me, I probably will actually talk, you know, into it and whatever. So you will basically see me at one point do a video while I'm in the outfit, mainly. So I will be basically facing myself at the phone and whatever, you know, that sort of stuff. So, you know, I'd probably set the phone or something somewhere. I'd be like, hi. You know, that sort of stuff. I don't think I would, though. I know I can't really keep the shoes on for too long because, you know, the, one of the shoes is a bit more bent in. I think it's the right foot, I think. So if I wear it for too long, it'd bend right in, it would hurt my foot, because I know I did once, and I was, like, thinking, ow. So, yeah, that's why. Yeah, so... Another thing, basically, that a Sega fan would get, occasionally, is the movie Sonic plushes. So I have one, well, actually, no, I have two. I have two movie plushes. I have Sonic and Tails. My sister's got the other one, which is basically Knuckles. We are hoping for more with the second movie. I'm hoping for Shadow, as well as other characters coming along to decide who gets the others.
I have questions about Sonic Prime. Sonic Prime Plus just came out.
So, apparently, according to what Kalash has said, there is a Sonic Prime plush. I mean, I already know because I've seen people around with it.
Online,
Yeah, so we'd have to basically look for the Sonic Prime plushes since we're madly obsessed. But finding Shadow, though, I doubt we would be able to find him.
It won't be too soon yet. They won't release him yet.
I don't know, he would just look ordinary, wouldn't he? I think Prime Shadow would just look too ordinary. He would just look... Yeah, he would just look similar. Maybe, I don't think they'd probably go with it, I don't think. But... yeah, so, another thing is also my sister's kind of basically a Sonic nerd as well. Yeah, so, basically the funny thing is I actually bought the Doctor Who outfit. It was originally supposed to fit Tails, but, you know, it didn't really fit. Also, we did get the Batman one, and that didn't really fit, much better, so we ended up fitting that on someone else. Yeah, so anyway, that one is an exclusive, sort of thing, you know, the whole movie
I had to buy the shoes.
Yeah, so basically, we basically had to buy, you know, the whole movie thing, mainly.
Hers came with the shoes, man didn't. It came without shoes.
Yeah, so we also bought the outfits and whatever for them because, you know, we like to dress them up, for a laugh.
I'm a Doctor Who fan.
Yeah, so, one of the outfits didn't really fit Tails or whatever, so we had to fit the headpiece on, you know, on one of the chows to make it look like, you know, like one of the dark chows to make it look like he was dressed up as Batman. And then we put the Batman suit on Tails' doll, I think it was Tails' doll, which is pretty funny.
This is one of my favourites.
Yeah, she's got like Christmas EXE. We usually look on Ecstasy, for all these Sonic stuff.
We did something with the hat, we sold it on top.
Yeah, so we usually always get a bunch of, like, Sonic merch, mainly. Even though she's not as big as me, with being obsessed, but she's more of a fan of, well, mostly something else, mostly. So even though it's one of her favorites, mainly, you know, like one of the franchises, it's not as big. But, you know, she's mostly more into, like, the other franchises, mostly.
Yeah, Descendants.
Yeah, Descendants and, like, Power Rangers and stuff.
No, Descendants isn't Power Rangers.
No, I said Descendants and Power Rangers. You're mostly into them and whatever.
And horror.
Yeah,
and into
so...
Ghostface as well.
Yeah, so mostly she's basically more into, like, the Descendants stuff and whatever.
And horror.
Yeah, so she's mostly into that. Me, I'm more of a nerd, because I clearly buy anything that's clearly Sonic. I just can't resist. I mean, I was going to buy a Sonic jumper at the Sonic Symphony, but I don't know. Maybe next year I'll buy a jumper.
Oh, yeah. You might find it's crazy. Seen the size of those two? That one?
Yeah,
That one.
so funny thing is, that one was originally mine because he originally didn't have a chest thing on his chest. So I told my nana to stitch a bit of fluff on there. But then again, I could have just felted something on his chest, you know what I mean, to make like actual fur.
And there's this one I got.
So I think just like grabbing a bunch of white shit and just go like.
And there's this one.
Yeah, I'm thinking felt would have been better for Shadow, maybe. It would have stuck on a bit better.
Yeah, and there's this one.
Yeah, I think felt would probably would have stuck on instead of coming off or something.
No, it's this one.
Yeah, because I think the thing just feels a bit weird because it's attached to his neck there. So apparently there was a funny story behind Shadow's legs. It was funny.
Coming off.
Yeah. The funny thing is that kept happening with Shadow most of the time. His legs kept coming off when I had him. It was funny. And I was like, Nana, he needs the hospital again. Basically, he kept going to the hospital. Which is, you know, either, you know, a funny laugh or like, oh, the plushie needs plushie surgery. Yeah, so most of them have had surgery, the plushies. Well,
Move it a bit to the...
not all of them have had surgery, but some of them have had surgery.
I think they're the same size, I think.
No, I think he's a bit bigger, I think.
But the Sonic one.
I think so.
He's got a bit of a bigger head.
Yeah, so the worst one that's had bad surgery, well, is this one. Yeah, this one is my oldest plush. That was to do with Sonic X, mainly. So, I think I got him around 11 years old. So he has an injury here. His arm was about nearly to come off, so he got stitched and whatever. He also has an injury here. That's why he's got a bandage on both arms. He also had a damage on his neck as well. So so we stitched his neck and and such and whatever, and I like a bandage and whatever. I even put this around his neck to protect his neck. Poor Sonic. He's basically went through the worst injuries because I used to like sleep with him a lot, but I don't really sleep with him now because I always risk his injury. He's also got like a bit of an injury on his face, as you can see here, and such. He has got a bit of a crack on his eye, like there. Also, the worst one I think that's had the crack was Knuckles. I think Knuckles had the worst crack on his eye. It was funny because I used to be like rough when playing with him. Another one that had injury was Amy. She had an injury on her neck and such. Bit of a mouth's gone, which is also pretty funny. Now, Sonic did start getting injuries. He did start getting it on his ear. There. so he's basically pretty fine. He does kind of have an injury in his ring or something somewhere, but it's not as bad. Mainly, mostly. Also, I've got Warhawk, Sonic, and such. I have Silver. I have another Silver, not sure where, and such. Let's see, what else? Another thing, I've got Cream the Rabbit. I do have Cheese somewhere, not sure where. I've also got Boom Sonic. And apparently I basically also got Knuckles. Apparently now this Loom Band I actually did make myself. I actually did make that. I used to make them and sell them to people, for profit, but eventually I stopped in the end. Eventually. So I also do have a, let me just get this for a sec. I also do have a Loom Band, a lanyard. I do have a Sonic lanyard, that has Sonic on it. So I'm addicted. So that clearly just shows to show that I'm addicted to Sonic. I basically get a lot of shit to do with Sonic. A ton, especially if I'm also collecting, Pokemon stuff. Well, not as much as Sonic. Sonic, I've been collecting more stuff for years. Yeah, so apparently that's Kala's towel. That's her Sonic Symphony poster.
I got the t-shirt as well.
Yeah, so she's got the shirt as well somewhere.
In the bag, Sonic bag.
Yeah, so that poster actually was signed by John. He actually did sign it at the event, which was awesome.
I was thinking next time having it with that other person next time, but in Paris. Since they're going to Paris
next time we are planning to go to Paris to try and get another person to sign stuff and whatever, which will be awesome. We are hoping for it, and probably anything else.
Dave. He's called Dave.
Yeah, so the guy we're planning to get an autograph from next year is Dave. At least I think it's Dave. And also some of the other band members.
If we say one, they'll know who we mean, the funny one.
The lead band singer. I was thinking about trying to get his autograph next. Because I haven't got his yet. But, I'm actually proud that we got it from one of the riders of the Sonic band. He's awesome, John. He was... Yeah, so that's the shirt I showed off earlier. Well... She's got one as well.
I was thinking of having this signed by that funny guy.
Yeah. Basically, next time I'm thinking about getting a jumper. Because I haven't got a jumper yet, so it would be worth it. So knowing me, next time I'm bringing my Sonic Symphony shirt and whatever, I'm gonna wear it when I get there. So apparently I'm going to wear it for the event, and such, as well as put the Sonic Symphony hat on. So I'm pretty much going to wear the Sonic Symphony hat as well when I get there. She's also got a lanyard as well.
It's got Amy, Sonic, Cheese, Cream, Knuckles.
Yeah, she's got a lot of characters on that one.
And I got this as well. Look at the cutie there.
Yeah, she's got a little Sonic thing there. No, apparently the funny thing is that came with it, which was funny.
It came with it, which was hilarious.
So, if I can find this hat that I wore when I went to the Sonic thing. Let me just find it. Let me just find my hat.
And there's the Sonic hat.
Yeah, so that one she borrowed when she went to the Sonic Symphony. That was actually mine.
And then she gave it to me.
To borrow. Yeah, I gave it to her to borrow because she didn't really have a Sonic hat. But, you know, at least now she's got a Sonic hat.
Which is
to wear.
Forever. I have two. I have the Sonic Symphony one.
Yeah, so basically the only reason I gave her that one was because she didn't have one to wear on that day, so I let her borrow it. So now she has one of her own. So yeah.
I watched that you can get a shadow one with a shadow first.
You know, since I let you borrow it, can I have it back, please?
I'm gonna end up getting the shadow one.
Thank you. Yeah, so
next year I'll be wearing a shadow one.
Yeah, hopefully. Probably next time we'll probably have our hair in colours and whatever.
I'll have mine sprayed black and get mine to hairdressers with
Yeah,
red on.
so basically for the Sonic Symphony, she's going to basically get it in a certain colour. Well, not dyed, but temporarily coloured in that certain colour.
Those things were the last one day.
Well, they last, you know, a while, that's it. Not really that long.
Where I'll have to put loads of gel on to make it greasy and it goes spiky.
Yeah, so the funny thing is we'd have to colour it first and then, like, stick it up and whatever.
I know Nana says don't put too much gel. Well, I have to.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking of putting something around my eye, like, what you call it, eyeshadow.
Eyeshadow is not really a good thing because you can be allergic to it.
I'm not though. I had it.
But there is one thing that works: lipstick.
Yeah, I'm not allergic to eyeshadow. I'm only allergic to paint.
I'm on about when it comes to the eyes.
Yeah, I had eyeshadow before.
Yeah,
I'm used
but
to it.
it's makeup, innit? Makeup can like be really sensitive on your skin.
Some people use like a pen to go around the eye.
Yeah, but pen is not that good.
There's a special one you can get.
Pen doesn't last long. I've tried myself.
No, I mean there's a makeup one.
Yeah, the best type you can really use is lipstick. I've used black lipstick before. You can just kind of like just go like that on whatever and then done.
It doesn't last long.
It does. It lasts a longer time as long as you don't rub it.
I'd rather like do proper eyeshadow makeup.
I wouldn't use eyeshadow because it's kind of like using blush on your face. It's kind of similar. You basically, your eyes feel the tension from the makeup and then you really start to rub.
But me, I'm used to it, mate.
It's bad if you've got hair fever though. Really bad. Because your eyes get really sensitive.
I remember last time, I remember when I got fresh as a vampire. And
but I remember when you had makeup on, you couldn't stop rubbing, remember?
I only rubbed here on my face because I had white makeup.
Yeah, but you also rubbed your eyes as well at one point, a couple of times with Halloween. So that's why I think black lipstick would work better because you wouldn't rub. And mine is good. Yeah, so apparently Kyle was thinking about having black around her eyes, and now we're suggesting try black lipstick. It's a bit better. It's not as bad because usually when it comes to Halloween makeup and stuff like that and eyeshadow, it makes your eyes itchy, like all around your eye. It makes it weird. But I think the better thing that works with shadow is red. I think red works better with shadow.
Oh, imagine if I went to college and I wore my Sonic Symphony. I'll probably get asses. Oh, you went to the Sonic Symphony.
Oh, you know what I was thinking that would work better instead of like black? Red, because Shadow has red up there, doesn't he?
And yeah, it worked.
Yeah, Shadow has red up there, so it would work a lot better.
I know he has black, here.
Well, I don't know, his whole face is black anyway.
Yeah, it'll be a mess on anyway.
Be a mess on because, you know, we'd have to do the whole face. I mean, I did it once, it was a mess.
I might get myself saddle shoes. Or I might tell her to get my saddle shoes done. Or I might get it online, a spare one. Where you just walk around, because we went to the Sonic Centre and one was wearing silver shoes.
I think just buying red shoes, I think, but may it be tricky anyway because
you can buy a Sonic one online.
I don't really. It's hard to buy Sonic Puma shoes.
I found one online.
I can never find any of my size, so there's just not thing in basically getting it. Oh my. Yeah, so this is pretty much all we talk about most of the time. Sonic stuff, Sonic this, Sonic that, pretty much mostly a lot of things to do with Sonic Easter eggs, stuff like that. Pretty much a lot of stuff to do with Sonic, or, you know, a lot of things they say is, I wish Sonic was on, you know, more games of Sonic was on the console, or whatever, you know, like the PlayStation or Nintendo consoles. Because I want to see more of Sonic. I love Sonic. I am still waiting for the next DLC for Sonic Frontiers, because I can't play it yet. I know it's supposed to be out at some point, but I'd have to check again when it'll be up. And as soon as it's up, I will stream it. I will stream it when it's ready. Yeah, so I will stream the next DLC of Sonic Frontiers. But as of right now, there's really not much to stream to do with Sonic because there's not really many games of Sonic at the moment. I mean, the Sonic Colors, I'm not really keen. There's basically a certain amount of games on the PS4 Sonic, but I don't know. There's really not that many good ones, like really good ones. I mean, if it was me, I'd probably play Sonic 06 again if it was on the 4. I probably would have played it, I think, even though I hate the kissing scene. I think I just like the gameplay in general because it really brings out Shadow as a character a bit better, because he's a bit more serious, he's a bit more tone, and he's a bit more understanding in the game, and such. Which is why I always say that Metal is actual true villain. Which is why I see it as, because he definitely Shadow gets nearly tricked by Mephiles. So right now I think that's all I'm gonna talk about and whatever. So if I apparently do see another so apparently if I do hear any more Sonic news and whatever, I will make a video about it and such, because I usually do, mostly. So yeah, stay tuned for any more videos to do, especially with the Minecraft, with me like playing as Sonic again, because I usually do often. So yeah, stay tuned for that, and yeah.